What's good? Welcome to a brand new podcast. This is going to be a short one. I apologize. I'm just pressed for time. Been really busy the past couple of weeks. And if you didn't listen to the last podcast, I'll have info in the description box. Please do so. First thing I want to speak about definitely is the loss of Ivan Koloff, George the Animal Steele, two legends in wrestling. Man, I remember watching them as a kid and loving them. And especially George the Animal Steele, I didn't realize what a big fan I was until hearing he passed. Because, I haven't seen him around, lately. He's not in WWE. We don't see him. But when I heard the news, it just brought me back, in a time machine, back to when I was a kid and watching, the feuds with Macho Man and him grabbing Elizabeth and all that and eating the turnbuckles. He used to eat the turnbuckles and take the stuffing out, and Vince McMahon would be commentary and just going crazy, and it was just amazing, man. He was really one of a kind. I have some great footage of me at the New York Wrestling Hall of Fame, which is no longer there anymore, but I have crazy footage of all this, George the Animal Steele memorabilia, and I'm definitely aiming to post that in the next 48 hours on my YouTube channel, The Delz Show. It won't be on the Sneaker Addict channel, it'll be on The Delz Show. So if you're not subbed to The Delz Show, subscribe there. If you're not subscribed to the Sneaker Addict, please subscribe there too. And hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified as soon as I post a video. Now, we're going to get right to Q&A. And it's going to be kind of rapid fire because I'm a little pressed for time, unfortunately. I just had a bunch of stuff that came up, and I got to get this done before the weekend's over, everything. But I promised the podcast I'm going to hit you with something, definitely. Now, we're going to start with K. Gibson. What do I think about Jordan Brand slowing down the releases? They need to. A new retro every week is ridiculous, them releasing that. Next we got from Aaron, he writes, if Jordan Brand said they were going to make one Jordan 1 through 31 in one particular colorway, what would you choose? Definitely a UNC colorway, like the Pantones. I love that. I really love that colorway. Next we got from Jay, he writes, what is my favorite material to see on an Air Jordan 6? I like tumbled leather with full grain leather or nubuck with leather. That's my favorite. Tony writes, what was your reaction when you heard your name on Don Tony and Kevin Castle's show, the intro? I loved it. That intro I actually produced, I put together. What happened was I was listening to one of their podcast shows. For people that don't know who the Don Tony and Kevin Castle, for people that don't know the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show, they're a wrestling podcast, which I absolutely love. I've been listening to them for 5 years, if not longer, and it's more than just wrestling. They talk about current events, two guys in their 40s to 50s, I think, and they're a bunch of Italian New York guys. They got that real, New York Italian swag to them, and it's a lot of fun to listen to them talk and their opinions. And Don Tony, one of the people on the show, was kind of making fun of this wrestler, Rich Swann. He's got this intro song, and he was changing up the words, and I grabbed the actual words and I made my own remix, emailed it to him, and he loved it, so he played it on the show. It was a lot of fun to hear them play it multiple times, something that I put together for them. And I put my Nicki Minaj DJ Delz I Love You tag at the end from when Nicki had this recording she did where she was telling me she loves me and she wants to sit on my face, which is pretty funny. If you never heard that, I'll put a link in the description box below. It's good stuff right there. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. But yeah, I had that at the end of it. And shout out to those guys. Shout out to Wrestling Soup too with Joey Numbers and Mish. Real good people, man. I love what they do. And man, Joey Numbers and Mish, they got a funny conversation when they were talking about how Donald Trump, as president, he had the McMahons and Triple H at the White House and in the Oval Office, and they were just talking about how funny it is, that Triple H, out of all people, was in the White House, the Oval Office. Who would ever think you'd see Triple H at that White House? Man, I was laughing my ass off. I'm gonna put a link, and it'll be like a playlist, and you should subscribe to that channel that has all that audio. You could hear what I'm talking about, that remix that I did, and you could hear that audio on Donald Trump. It's really funny with Triple H. You got to listen to that and subscribe to that YouTube channel. All that will be in the description box below. Next we got from Signature Sneakers. He writes, what do I think about this year's Jordan 11? Will it be a new colorway? Definitely. It should be that red mellow colorway, or probably a blue colorway from what I'm hearing. I would rather neither. I'd love to see them put out the Concords with the 45 on the back. That's what I would want. Or some cool gray 11s with that new, OG treatment with the patent leather, how it's high up. Next we got from SneakGeeks87, what's my favorite 90s rap song? That's hard, man. I'll just name some. Definitely Mobb Deep, Shook Ones, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Nothing But a G Thing, Wu-Tang, Protect Your Neck. Those are just some right there. And next we got from Signature Sneakers again. He writes, do I think that the All-Star 6 was overpriced? I definitely think so. Way overpriced. And he also writes he loves my podcast. Thank you so much. Tell a friend. Everyone, please tell a friend by sharing it. Tell people, listen to this podcast. I love this podcast. Tell a friend. Next we got from Gavin. He writes, how do I feel about the quality of the Air Jordan Motorsport 4? I don't own them, so I can't really judge them yet. I got to see them in person. And my prediction and what I've seen, like from images and video that's out there, it's probably going to be kind of like how the white cement 4s were, the ones that just retroed recently. Next we got from Kay. He writes, what do I think about these new rappers, how they sound like they have Down syndrome when they rap? For example, Lil Yachty. Fuck Lil Yachty, man. Disrespecting Biggie Smalls, man. I can't fuck with that dude, man. That's whack. I don't like the mumble rap. I like, hip-hop with substance, actual lyrics, talent, not just a beat with them just mumbling to rhythms and stuff like that. I've seen that double XL freestyle cypher, and it was just so sad because it was so horrible, man. There was a few that were dope. Few of them killed it, but man, it was very ugly at times, man, what I was hearing. Next we got from November Spawn, the Monster 2. He writes, have I ever used the add to cart services? No, I never have. Next from Bone, he writes, what's my favorite sneaker that I've copped so far? Probably the Air Jordan 6 All-Star. I love that sneaker. And I love that waffle Saucony that's releasing on Saturday, which is tomorrow. And I will be doing a video on that soon. Next we got from Sanchez. He writes, what are good trusted pre-order plugs? I don't recommend any pre-order places because a lot of times they get some authentic pairs and then they'll sell some authentics and they'll also buy a case of the replicas and pass them off as authentics also. I think it's very risky buying from these places and I don't recommend it. I'm not saying everyone does that, but I do not recommend it. Next we got from Ray Rodriguez IG. He writes, if I was Jordan Brand or Adidas, what would I do to stop the resellers? Definitely what Jordan Brand's doing. Raise the price and make lots of pairs. Because now they've made it to the point where Jordans aren't really worth anything as far as on the resale tip. Unless it's a quick strike. So they nailed it. Next we got from Rob Boogie. He writes, what's my opinion on Jim Jones and Cameron's beef? Been a subscriber for a long time. Love the work. I don't really know, man. I don't know them personally, and they both have two different stories, so it's hard to really judge that, and that's all I could say about that. Next we got from Mr. Man, New York. He writes, will you ever or can you talk about untold stories of stack bundles from back in the days? I never was really cool with stack bundles. I mean, I did put out projects, but, I was more cool with Bino and Core 2Gs from the Riot Squad. Besides stack bundles, of course, rest in peace to Chinks. And, I'll tell you one thing that was kind of something that always stuck with me was it's a little eerie, the story. I remember being in the studio, Quad Studio, with Max B, and Stax was there. And that was the one time I was with Stax. And we were there working on a mixtape, me and Max. And then months go by, and Stack Bundles gets murdered. Max B gets put in jail. And I'm back at that studio for Jim Jones. He's having this listening thing where he's playing all this music to DJs, mixtape DJs, radio DJs, and some magazines like The Source, XXL. And I remember Jim Jones walking up to me and handing me a Rest in Peace Stack Bundles t-shirt. And I'm like, damn, this is where I met Stack Bundles at, you know? And now Jim Jones is handing me this t-shirt. So it was bugged out, you know? And then I remember giving Jim a mixtape I did with Max. It was Jim and Freaky Zeke. They were looking at it, and they were kind of like analyzing the CD, just looking at everything, you know, because Max was locked up. They're probably really curious what this is all about. And a week later, Max B's free, man. You know, Jim and a few other people helped out getting him free, man, which was beautiful. It was great seeing Max back out. And then, unfortunately, he got put back in jail, and, you know, haven't seen Max in a long, long time. And hopefully he'll be free soon. Supposedly he'll be out in 2 years. Max was someone that I knew well. I didn't really know Stax really well. I didn't know him really at all, you know. But Max B was someone that I really knew well. And, yeah, that's like the only thing I could tell you as far as a story connected with Stack Bundles. Rest in peace to Stack Bundles. Great artist, man. So much talent. Sad what happened to that man. Terrible. Next we got from Bobby Fresh 8. He writes, how do I feel about Jordan Brand listening to consumers making Jordans more GR and then the consumers complaining about them sitting after? Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. And I think most of the people that are complaining are people that are looking to resell sneakers. They're kind of upset that they're not worth shit anymore as far as on the resale tip. That's why they're like, oh, those are whack. They're sitting. Because they're not making money off of it. That's why they feel like they're whack, man. For people that love sneakers, we're like, hell yeah, they're sitting. We could buy a pair, you know, a month from now. We don't need to buy them now or else we're shit out of luck. I love it. Lewis Film Critic writes, are you going to see the movie Get Out? Probably not. I have no clue what that movie is. I don't really watch movies like I used to. I don't have time to. I like TV shows more often. I've been watching The Walking Dead. I know I'm late to it. I watched the last season, the new one, and then now I'm on this new season, and, this new half of the season. And I never watched anything else besides that. And I started watching season 1, season 2, now I'm at season 3. And I understand now why people were so upset, like when Glenn died with Negan. And I think Glenn is just such a great character, man. How can you not love Glenn? And it's like, the show, I never understood why people liked it, because it was, when I first watched the first episode that I've ever seen, it was when Glenn got his head bashed in by Negan in that bat, Lucille. And I just thought, like, it was so disgusting, like, I'm thinking to myself, man, what a disturbed world. This is what people watch for entertainment. And I was, at the same time, curious why people like it, you know? Because it's a big show. So I kept watching, and I can understand people start caring about the actual characters. And, you know, the actual Walking Dead is more or less kind of like props at the end of the day, or obstacles that they got to get around, you know? And you start not looking at them as actual humans. You just start looking at them as like monsters, or you just get used to the gore and the violence, which is kind of sad that you get used to it. Like, you're just like, oh, whatever, like, it's not disgusting no more. Or maybe that's not the case, because you probably still think it's nasty, but you're just used to it visually. And I think that's kind of crazy if you really think about that. But all that gore aside, I think it's a great show. I just feel like a lot of the gore is for shock value. And I think it takes away from the actual story at times. Sometimes it does sell the story more when you're watching it. You know, it really hits hard when you see some of it, and I understand that. But sometimes I feel like it's just not necessary, that the real visual gore they're showing. But I like shows like that. Like, I love Breaking Bad. Like, that was so fun to watch. I like TV shows versus movies now, just because I just don't have time to go out and watch a 2.5 hour movie like I used to. Only time I'll really go to the movie theaters is if there's a new Star Wars movie or something like that people keep telling me over and over again, you need to watch this. Or if it's like a hip-hop movie, like, I'll watch something like that just because I love hip-hop so much. Next we got from Michael Francisco. He writes, is Adidas Boost already played out or it hasn't reached its peak? I think that it has reached like its peak as far as it now being like the norm now. It's like, you know, it's like when Air Max first came out, people were going crazy about the air unit and this, that, and the third. And then it became the norm. People still love it, but it's not like super like, oh my God. Like, everyone, I think, owns a pair of Boost shoes, full-length Boost shoes, and they're amazing, but they'll never be played out. Like, the Ultra Boost alone is incredible. NMDs are dope. Even the Pure Boost is really awesome. I did a review on the Pure Boost. It's one of the least expensive Boost shoes, and they're so dope. You should really watch that video. Definitely watch it. Next we got from Vincent. He writes, what is the most underrated rapper? I would say maybe Stack Bundles, Max B. Those are two real underrated rappers. Also Cassidy. I think Cassidy is super underrated. Dude's lyrics are out of here. He thinks Project Pat is underrated. I think he is. I think he's overlooked. Also, I mean, he's got so many dope records, of course, with 3 6 Mafia. And he got great records with a lot of other people from the South, you know. Like, he's worked with everyone. Scarface. I feel like Scarface is kind of underrated also. You know, he's amazing. Amazing lyricist, Scarface. But I see what you're saying with Project Pat. You got great records with Gucci Mane, too, man. Like, those are some, though. Next we got from Real Passy Out. He writes, All-Star 1 or 6? I know you love the 6s, but the 1s are dope, too. And have you seen the Black History Month Jordan 1s? The leather is nuts. No one's talking about it. Keep up the hard work. Thank you. I think the thing with the Black History Month 1s is that they're not really around. I haven't seen them anywhere, so I can't even talk much about that shoe. Or I would have even filmed it if I seen it anywhere. And as far as the Air Jordan 1 and the 6, I like the 6 better. I don't like how the outsole is on the Air Jordan 1. I like the iridescent, but I don't like how it's got kind of like this trim around it. It's not even really translucent. It's like foggy translucent. I feel like that's going to yellow quick, and I think that it just looks like shit. They should have just made the whole bottom that iridescent look, not just like part of the bottom. I think they should have made the whole sole that. That would have been sick. Next we got from Seared 808. He writes, where's the Delz kicks at? I know. My sneaker with Saucony should be releasing now, because I had a talk with them recently. They should be releasing not in June, but in September. At latest, hopefully. As long as they tell me the shoe's still releasing, I'm happy. But definitely hit them on Twitter and tell them you're excited for the DJ Delz sneaker to release. And that may help the process. Next we got from P1302. Have you ate ass? Yes, I have. I have ate ass. Clean ass, though. Out of the shower ass, you know. The girl is clean, you know. Clean as a whistle, and you would have ate that ass, too. Next, we got from Will Cub. He writes, the white Suburban Dad Yeezys. I guess he's talking about the all-white Yeezy. I'm not that crazy about that. I remember French Montana wore it, I think, in the music video with Nas. And of course, Nas, too. Getting back to Sneak Geeks 87. Nas, you know, It Ain't Hard to Tell, another favorite record of mine. The original and the remix. That whole album, Illmatic, was incredible. Even all the other albums he put out. Nas is my favorite rapper. I can't believe I, like, totally bypassed that, man. Like, Nas is my favorite rapper. Love that dude, man. So talented, man. I wish he would, like, put out more music and not be on all these Hennessy commercials. It's kind of like annoying as a fan, you know. It's really annoying to just see that and not hear music. Next we got from Photos by Berg. He writes, I have 2 questions for you. How do you feel about the fact the Yeezy Zebra is going to be so limited? I think that sucks. And also he writes, which Jordan do you feel will be used for the Cause Jordan collab? I'm pretty sure it's the 4, but I'm not 100%. And then he writes, thanks for the support. Thank you too, man. I'm going to plug your blog too right now because you always post my stuff on your blog. Shout out to the amdaily.net. Check that blog out if you're into sneakers and fashion and music. Check out that blog. He's been posting my stuff for years, so thank you. And next we got from Chris. He writes, do I like the playoff 12 lows? Watch my review. I did a review on it. That sucks asking me that when I did the review on it like a week ago. Please watch the review and you'll find out my answer. Just search DJ, DELZ, Air Jordan, playoff 12 low, and you'll be able to watch it. Next we got from the Don HD. If you could retro any SB Dunk, what would it be? Probably the What the Dunk. I love that shoe. What the Dunk high would be awesome. That would be a shoe I would definitely want. I really want the What the Dunk low. I think it's dope, but I like highs better than lows. Next we got from El Cuba 85. He writes, what do I think about Jordan Brand putting the 11s in the vault? Hell no. They better never. Chill. Next we got from G. He writes, God bless OG Delz. Thank you. I appreciate that. And the last question is from Bowler Kurt. He writes, how tall am I? I am 7'11". Yes. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about before I close out this podcast. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk a little bit about WWE. I feel like there wasn't any questions about that. I'm shocked this week. I know people tune in for that. Last time we did a podcast was a little bit, so I didn't speak about Jericho and Kevin Owens. That whole festival of friendship. That was incredible, man. There hasn't been something like that in a long time that really, really hit. They did a great job on that. At first it was like kind of wacky, you know, what Jericho was doing. And I like this Jericho, like where he has like a lot of humor to himself. And he doesn't take himself so seriously. He knows he's talented, but he's not taking himself so seriously. And he's having fun with it, man, with the list of Jericho. I mean, this is the best I've ever seen. You know, it's amazing how he's reinvented himself, just like the Hardys did with the Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. This Impact show from Thursday was really great for that Mid-Atlantic title, and it was so entertaining. They need their own show. But getting back to Jericho, you know, at one point it seemed like he was real serious, coming from the heart, thanking Kevin Owens because, you know, he's like had so much fun during this whole storyline, and then all of a sudden it shifted back to actual like acting and, you know, having fun. And Kevin Owens like, here, I got a present for you. You shouldn't have. And then it's another list. And then on the back of the list, we start seeing it says list of KO or Kevin Owens. I forgot exactly what it said. But you see Jericho reading the list and seeing his name on it. And he says it so innocently, like, hey, why is my name on it? Then all of a sudden, Kevin Owens just attacks him and beats the living shit out of him. I mean, it was crazy, brutal. And they really sold the story. I enjoyed it. I love them together, though, man. They're so good together. But they're trying to set it up for WrestleMania. I have a funny feeling Goldberg is going to win the title, though. That's what I'm thinking. Goldberg came back. He said at one point that he wants a title run. So why wouldn't they give him that belt? I'm sure it's in contract and whatnot. But I would love to see Jericho get the championship at the end, man. And that would be so sick. Having him have like a championship run now that he's very popular. He's really popular now. But from my understanding, he's taking a break from WWE after WrestleMania, which sucks because he's probably one of the reasons why a lot of us are watching Raw. Because Raw's been really bad lately. I'm really forcing myself to watch it. I basically watched the beginning and then just call it a night after just to see how it starts off. 3 hours is way too long for Raw. And I definitely think SmackDown is way better than Raw also. SmackDown Live. I prefer watching that. As far as with SmackDown, the champ is Bray Wyatt, which is wild. And we'll see how that ends. I think that he will lose the title at Mania, I'm sure. Unless, who knows, maybe someone will put him over and he will win. But I have a funny feeling that he's not going to win. I hate how they turned Luke Harper against Bray. I think that's so stupid, too, storyline-wise. I think they should have kept the belt, to be honest with you, on AJ Styles. Like, giving it to Cena made no sense whatsoever. It was like Cena was like a transitional champ to Bray Wyatt. So what's going to happen is like, I just don't get it. Are they going to make Cena champ again? He's going to beat Ric Flair's record? I don't understand what they're doing. Sometimes I just don't get it with the writers. But they did their thing with the Kevin Owens Jericho storyline. They really nailed it. That was really crazy. I didn't see that coming when he was attacked. That was really great. That's it for today's podcast. Short, to the point. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you listen to the last podcast. It was really good. If you want more, it was, I think, an hour and a half long, so check that out. Thank you to everyone that participated. If you want to participate in the Q&A, all you got to do is follow my Instagram at RealDJDelz. I usually post on like a Wednesday or Thursday what you guys want me to speak about, and then the floor is yours to ask me whatever you want. I mean, shit, I had someone ask me if I ate ass before. So you see, it's no holds barred. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new, if you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on iTunes, if you're listening on SoundCloud. Subscribe, leave comments, hit the thumbs up button, all that good stuff. All that helps the actual shows, get out there more. Sharing the videos too. Tell your friends about the show. And on YouTube, it's very important you guys hit the thumbs up button, because that helps the videos get out there more. The more times I get the thumbs up, the more YouTube recommends my channel to other people. YouTube is really trying to bury my channel, I feel like. I feel like they really are, because I have so many people that complain to me that they're not getting notified. They've even hit the bell and they're not getting notified about my videos. So this is what I have to tell you guys. Just come to my channel every day, please, so you can see my content. I've put out a video every single day for the past, I would say, few months, man. And it's a lot of work. It's very hard work. And if you don't believe so, I challenge you to make YouTube videos every single day of stuff that's, quality stuff, not just stupid YouTube. Oh, I made a video. Oh, I made a video. Like, actually make a video, of something. Doesn't even have to be about sneakers. If you like cars, do stuff about cars. Do whatever. I challenge you. And if you do it, show me the video. I challenge you to do it for a month. And who knows, you may end up having a successful YouTube channel one day. That would be cool if I inspired you. I know I've inspired some in the past, and I think that's awesome. And shout out to Sneak Geeks. I gotta shout out Sneak Geeks. He's back on YouTube. And I didn't want to, shout him out yet. I wanted to see if he was going to really keep going. He did one video, and then he started just hitting us with a lot of videos again, and I really love it. So shout out to Sneak Geeks. Shout out to Jumpman Bostic. Check out their YouTube channels. And that's it for today's video. Make sure you go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, for your sneaker news, thesneakeraddict.com. Make sure you follow my Twitters, DJ Delz and the Sneak Addict. As soon as there's a restock, I post it on my Twitters. So make sure you follow my Twitters. It's a major key. Will help you out. All that will be in the description box below. Instagram, Real DJ Delz. Once again, all of this will be in the description box below and more. So check all that good stuff out right now. And that's it for today's podcast. Everyone have a happy weekend, good weekend, safe weekend, fun weekend. Be good out there. Much love. We out.